Hi there, welcome to another torch review by Torches Alcohol UK. Today we're looking at the Lumintop FW3A with cool white emitters. So this is part of an end result really of a collaboration between Budget Light Forum, Tashin Light Forum, Lumintop and ultimately a chap called Fritz15, at least that's his username. The name of the light, the FW3A, is a combination of Fritz Works 3 for triple LEDs and 8 for aluminium, and this is the end result. So typical Lumintop packaging, similar to other lights of this size, other EDC lights they have. Got the Lumintop Reliable Playable on the side, which is a nice little phrase, sums it up nicely with this light really. So we'll have a look inside. That's a cardboard sleeve. Great as a gift like this. Nice, really nicely packaged, it's ideal. Beliefs are around about £40–45. I think sometimes you can get these cheaper as well on deals. This was sent to me by Banggood.com, you can buy it from them, links in the description as well. So the internal box is plain, just got the Lumintop icon on the top, and then we open it up. Load of instructions. This light is absolutely packed with features, so you will need to spend a bit of time getting familiar with the light. Everything's in here, it's nice and clear. Insert battery from the head, don't disassemble the tail, have fun with your light. That was on the top, we'll explain that shortly. And then the light came as so. The clip was actually attached to the light. I'll show you a still of it attached. I don't like the clip, so I took it off and I'll leave it off. Accessories, just a couple of O-rings, spare O-rings, and that's all. There's no lanyard because there's no lanyard hole, no place to fit a lanyard. Okay, and there's the light. Very smart, stainless steel electronic switch on the back, very sleek styling, very reminiscent of the HDS series lights with the knurling on the tail, the knurling on the head, and a smooth body tube. It's designed to be smart, this. It's just a sleek little lightweight EDC made of aluminium. It is lightweight, there's not a lot of weight to this at all. 2,800 lumens out of this. It was designed really as a burst mode, that 2,800 lumens, because they wanted to keep it light. In order to have sustained 2,800 lumens for any sort of length of time, they would have had to have made this a very heavy light, made it, given it a lot of mass to sink that heat, and get that heat away from the LED. Okay, I'll just fit that clip on the end so you can have a look. The reason why they say don't disassemble the tail is because all these, the spring and the electronic switch all comes apart in the tail. It's not a major problem if it does come apart, in my opinion. It's easy to put back together. So the clip would go on like so. It's a nice clip, very strong. That'll provide a lot of resistance to your pocket, so you shouldn't lose it. Pretty deep carry as well, you just have that end of the tail cap open at the top. And if you can see, just put my hand behind there, you see the clip just rests right on the end of the battery tube. So if you're undoing the head, it does miss, it doesn't catch that clip. I'm not a big fan of the clip. I don't like the feel of it. I like the smoothness of the light without the clip. So we'll carry on. I'll take the clip off. Okay, so just while I was taking the clip off, you just saw that there's your little electronic switch there, and then inside is a rubber grommet that just keeps the light waterproof. It is IPX8 waterproof. It all just goes back together. I'll show you the threads. There's the threads on the end. So although they're not anodized, because of the way this switch works, it does provide a physical lockout to the light if you give that a quarter turn or so. When the battery's installed nice and tight. So to put the battery in, we undo the head. I'll show you those threads there. Good square threads on those. It did come lightly lubricated, just perfect, so not so much that it gets into all the contacts, and enough to make it smooth. And then you just see there, this black section here is all to do with that electronic switch. When you get these lights, if you ever have any problems with the malfunctioning, always clean any bare aluminium with cotton or anything that won't leave any residue. Just give all those a clean. There's more times than not that's the cause of any problems. So there's inside the head. Very nicely done. It's all been very cleanly done, this light. It is a nice little light. And there we go. Ready to go. So I'll just show you through the instructions. There is a lot of reading with this involved in this light. As you can see, loads of features. I'll just scan through it all quickly for you. Please do read up about this light. It is for people really who know a fair bit about lights, who know about lithium-ion safety. It is a powerful little light, this, in a small package. As I say, that 2,800 lumens maximum output is really a burst mode, because it gets hot very quickly. They have done a good job with the heatsink. The lightweight of the torch was intentional. It was intended just to be light as an EDC. Smart light, burst mode, 2,800 lumens. There's a shelf that the LED sits on, which is integral to the head, so the thermal pathway is excellent to the outside of the light. So once the heat gets there, because of the style, there's not a huge amount of heat sinking to actually release the heat into the air. But again, that was intentional. As an EDC for a few hundred lumens with the option of a burst mode to show off, or just for momentary illumination of a large area, that's really what this is intended for. I'll just show you around. I just want to show you that the light is flawless. It's an unusual colour, it's quite blue, like a bluey grey. Doesn't really show up perfectly on the camera, unfortunately. Oh, there it does a little bit. You see, it's flawless. Nice smooth finish, no craniness. Knurling's not particularly grippy, but again, it's not intended as a tactical light or anything like that. It's just a nice light to have along, and then you should see the anti-reflective glass as well. I've got one with a frosted optics. Apparently that's not a Carclo optic. If you have a look at Adventure Sport flashlights, a chap called Matt, who's an absolute pro at torch reviews, flashlight reviews, he's in the know about everything. He gave an update and said that they've been sending them out with frosted optics, and they should come with a clear Carclo optic. So I've not found that to be a problem. I think it's going to be a bit more throwy with the clear optic. I quite like this one. So we'll go through the UI. Feature pack this light, loads and loads of features, loads of flashing modes. You can configure the temperature at which it steps down, you can check your battery, you can even have a Muggle mode where it reduces the output of the light, so you can lend it to friends and family. Probably not children, to be honest, because it uses unprotected lithium-ion cells and it has got a lot of power, so I wouldn't recommend giving this to children. But adults, fine. It's got a lower output mode. So some of the basics, we press and hold and we get to your moonlight, so that's a lumen. Ideal for at night if you need to nip to the loo or something like that. You just need to grab it quick off your nightstand and navigate round the hallway to the bathroom. The one lumen is all you need at that time of night when you've got dark adjusted eyes. That is absolutely plenty to get you around. So it's ideal to know it's not going to come on and blast you and blind you effectively. From off, you've also got double click to the turbo, so that goes straight to 2800 lumens. Wow, that's getting hot. Click to off, and then the main modes, click on and off. Press and hold will ramp you up, let go, press and hold, it'll ramp down. You can do that at any point just to really finely adjust where you want the output of the light to be. There's a stepped mode as well, rather than having the ramping. So when the light is on, do 3 quick presses, and now you have stepped ramping as opposed to smooth ramping. When you're in the ramping mode, it'll only go to the maximum ceiling, which is not turbo. So if I go all the way up to the top, that is high, that's not turbo. You still have to double click to go through to your 2800 lumens. Click and it goes back to the mode that you were on. It does have mode memory as well, so turn it off, turn it on, it'll come on at the last used mode. Battery check. So from off, you do 3 clicks. Okay, so you saw there it blinked 3 times and then it stopped and blinked a further 9 times, so that means it's at 3.9 volts this battery, which is accurate. So that's a handy feature, just so you can have an on the spot update of where your battery's up to. We've also got an electronic lockout with another special feature. So from off, if you click 4 times, 1, 2, 3, 4, so now we're electronically locked out. However, you've got a momentary moonlight, which is an absolutely fantastic little idea, that. So although it's locked out and you could have that stored in your bag fairly safely, if you needed that light just to navigate around your pack or whatever, you've just got that one lumen, which is plenty to do that task. So that's a really nice feature, I like that. You can physically lock out the light as well. Quarter turn of the head, quarter turn of the tail will give you that physical lockout. Definitely recommend physically locking out this light, because it's packing a heck of a punch in such a small package. Lights like these can easily start fires if they're on turbo and they're packed into a bag with flammable objects. They get very hot, they put out an awful lot of heat, so do be careful with that. Just to note as well, in the instructions it does actually state turbo is only for short times. At around 10 seconds you may notice it dims slowly down. The user should use it only for short periods instead of relying on thermal regulation to prevent heat damage. Full turbo is powerful enough to start fires in just a few seconds, especially when aimed at dark materials. Don't give this light to children. It is meant for people who know what they're doing, who know what they're talking about when it comes to lights. Which brings us nicely on to Muggle mode. So Muggle mode, from off, you click 6 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sorry, I messed that up, hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go, so I got the blink and that tells me that I entered Muggle mode. So what this does now, it's a simple on and off. When it's on, it'll ramp up, and it'll ramp down, but it'll only go to a maximum of 250 lumens, or around 250 lumens. Still gives off quite a bit of heat, so again that's why I say don't give it to children, but this mode just means that you can lend it to an adult who isn't thoroughly up to speed with the safety of these sorts of lights, and they can use it for almost any task. That'll be absolutely plenty bright enough. So that's a brilliant little feature that comes in with this light as well. I'll just come out of that again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You see it blinked, and I'm back into the normal modes now. Okay, so we'll go into the blinky modes and have a look at those. So to enter those, we go into the battery check first, which is triple click from off. 1, 2, 3. That goes into the battery check, so it's now reading out the voltage of the battery. If we double click, it gives us a flash, and it comes on at a fairly low level. I'm not just sure what that is, but maybe 20-30 lumens, something of the sort. And what this will do, this will slowly dim down to moonlight and then shut off over an hour period. And it's intended to be used as a ceiling bounce in your bedroom, just to give you some light and slowly draw down that power, draw down that light, and then you can hopefully be asleep at the end of it. That's called the good night mode, they call it, which is really nice. Double click again, gets you into a beacon mode. So this uses the last ramped level for its brightness. So if you want a very bright beacon, you'd set your brightness first and your ramping level, and then set your beacon going. Okay, and then we've got temperature check as well. So double click, and this will blink out the current temperature of the light. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, so 43 degrees Celsius. Okay, so we'll turn that off. Single click will turn it off completely. So we'll go into the strobes next. So to enter the strobes from off, we go click, click, hold, and we're in the strobe menu now. So at the moment that looks as though it's on candle power to me. Candle power, listen to me. Candle mode. So you see it's just gently flickering away, and again this will use the brightness from the last ramped level. Now to change through these modes, we double click. So this one here is a bike flasher, so it just blinks every so often, and there we're on to a party strobe. And then that's a tactical strobe. Double click again, and we're into lightning storm. This is quite a cool effect. So it'll stop, and then every so often you'll get a blink of light, and it just replicates the lightning storm. So that's really cool. Double click again, we get back to our candle. Okay, turn off from there. So you see there's loads of features. That isn't everything. The strobes can be brighter and faster. You can slow them down. You can have the momentary mode. I'll show you this because this is another superb mode. So from off, you click 5 times, and now you've just got a momentary. So all you're doing is pressing the switch. Once it's pressed down, you've got your turbo release, it turns off. That's all it'll do. So it's nice and simple. You know what you're getting when you press the button. I use that a lot with the filming, and it's a brilliant, absolutely brilliant little feature. That I have done some beam shot videos with this torch. On the video, it's only a short video, but you'll notice it's always on turbo. It won't sustain turbo for as long as it appears to be continually used. It has been used incrementally on that video, and it did get hot. Again, it's really not intended for long-term use with turbo. It will get hot. It's not been designed for that. It's not intended for that. It's the 2800 lumens is a burst mode that they've put on. It is really suitable just to have 300, 400, 500 lumens. That's plenty to do any task that you'd want out of an EDC, and the 2800 lumens is there as a burst just for occasional use or showing off. Thanks for watching the video. There's a link in the description where you can buy this light from. Do check out other reviews. There's the guys that go into more detail as well. Just have a good look around, soak everything up you can about this light, because it's a great little feature packed EDC. Definitely recommend it. Nice design, sleek design, lightweight. It'll do everything that you want from an EDC light, so please do check that out. I've also done a 100 subscriber special video recently. Went out filming in the Lake District the other night. I think I found Yoda's evil twin living in a cave, which you'll see on the video as well. So please do check that out. I use a Polarian HID light for that one, and that's just a special video that I did as a thank you to all the people who've watched my channel and subscribe as well. So if you do like what you see on my channel, please do subscribe. It really helps me out. It means I can keep bringing more reviews, more beam shot videos to you. I do appreciate feedback, by the way, good or bad. As long as it's constructive, I'll always take it on board. So comment, tell me what you think of my videos on my channel, and yeah, thanks very much for watching. Cheers.